Hey everybody, I'm talking low because my son is still sleeping. Anyways, good morning, good morning, good morning. Great morning to you all. And welcome to another episode of the Breakfast Chat with Boss Moms. Okay, today I got some good stuff for you. It's Monday, and on Mondays, I'm going to share with you some personal development tips. Talk is about personal development on Mondays, and on Wednesdays, I come and give you business talk. So today I'm going to talk about 5 energy drainers. Okay, these 5 energy drainers. Did I say drainers or drainers? Drainers. These 5 energy drainers will hijack you from becoming your best self. So I want you to listen up. I'm going to talk about them and I'm going to give you some quick tips on how to manage them because it's all about the management of them. That's really what it is. Okay. Excuse me. So I'm going to be talking in kind of a low tone. I'm hoping you can hear me because I don't want him to wake up. He's actually right across from me right now. And he's been sleeping. So let's just hope he stays asleep. Okay. So anyways, first I want to let you know that anytime you need to manage these drainers that I'm going to talk to you about any drainers, okay? Any energy drainers, the management really requires you to have self-discipline, okay? Awareness of your thoughts, your body, your emotions, your gut feelings, and also the ability to really forfeit instant gratification. Yes, you heard it. Self-discipline, awareness of your body, your thoughts, how your emotions are, even your actions, just being totally aware. And also being able to really forfeit, give it up, the instant gratification. You have to know that things come along in stages, okay? And that sometimes you're going to have to, like, you know what? It's going to take a minute, but I'm going to get this, rather than wanting that instant gratification. So let me get on. Let me move on. Okay, so the 5 energy drainers that I'm going to talk about right now are: 1, toxic people and toxic spaces, okay? The environment. Number 2, negative thought patterns. Number 3, neglecting your overall health, mental and physical, okay? Number 4, not being your authentic self. And number 5, suppressing your feelings. Yes, let's get started. So, toxic people. We know who these people are. You call them Debbie Downers. You call them like they just got nothing good to say. And especially about you and your achievements as well as their own or anyone else's. They just don't really care too much about what you're doing, and they're not there to motivate you. They're actually there to demotivate you. And a lot of times it's because they don't see themselves in a better light. They don't see themselves progressing and achieving anything. So because they limit themselves, they want you to limit yourself as well. It makes them feel comfortable. So they don't ever want to see you step into your light, okay? Your light is too big for them. They don't think that it's even possible, okay? They make you feel totally unloved, unworthy, and basically exploited, all right? They abuse you with their words. They're disrespectful. It's just terrible, okay? You know who they are, okay? I can't tell you who they are. You know who they are. And I'm going to tell you some ways and you can sort of get around that and, just sort of keep that managed so that you can begin doing what you need to do to achieve the things that you want to achieve in your life. So one of the ways in which you can definitely deal with a toxic person or toxic people is that first have a conversation with them, an honest and open conversation with them, and let them know, look, I really feel ... Y'all know how to fill in the blanks, okay? Let them know how you honestly feel. Don't go for accusing them of anything, because if you accuse somebody of something, they become totally defensive. And if they become defensive, then you won't be able to really get across your points, okay? Or to let that person know how you really feel. The conversation will just go all downhill. So start off with just allowing the space to open up for them to understand how you feel and give them a chance. Okay. All right. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Give them a chance. All right. Doesn't go well all the time. So if it doesn't go well, move on to plan B. Okay. Plan B is set up some boundaries. Don't make yourself so available to them in terms of, when they're asking you questions, or they're making, don't let them get in that space of making those comments to you. They start talking about what you're doing, totally change the conversation, whatever you have to do to not allow them to get into that space where they're going to disrespect you or what you're doing. Okay. Number 3, move on to plan C. If plan A and plan B don't work, which is, the first one was to have some conversation with them. And then the plan B was to kind of set up some boundaries. Plan C, if those two don't work, is to totally avoid them. You got to have to avoid them. So at all costs, they should not be in a conversation with you about what you're doing in your business. Any kind of personal goals that you have, keep them out of it. Stay quiet if you have to. Be very minimal in your answers if you want to answer them. And it's your choice to respond. You don't have to respond to everything. So, it's your choice. So toxic spaces, your environment. So you have to involve yourself with people who are kind of on the same plane as you, like they're in the same planet. I call it the same planet. So if you're an entrepreneur, you want to be with entrepreneurs or people who want to become entrepreneurs. You want to be around motivating people. Okay. So it doesn't have to be entrepreneurship, but I'm just giving you an example, but you want to be around people who are going to motivate you, right? Not people who are going to sit around and talk about what they can't do, what they can't have, where they can't go. Because that's the total opposite of what you're trying to do. So you need to be around those who are really wanting the most and doing the most. Okay? All right. So number two. He's waking up. Number 2, negative thought patterns. Okay? Your thoughts, they carry so much weight. Trust me when I tell you this. Your thought patterns carry so much weight and energy. All right. You're letting your subconscious basically take the thought that you're thinking, right? And spend the day, okay, day in and day out, looking for clues, for evidence to prove it right. So if you said, you know what, I'll never own a business, or I'll never write a book. Right? I'm just giving those are pretty much hot topics around entrepreneurs, right? Okay, so I'll never, I'll never write a book, right? So your brain, you've already set up your subconscious to think that you're not going to write a book. So it's going to look for every single clue, every single piece of evidence to say why you can't write a book. And you know what? You're not going to write a book. It's just simple as that. So what you got to do is you got to shift that, okay? So shift it to, I can write a book, and I need to find a way to do it, right? So now your subconscious is now working on that. Looking for clues, you'll start realizing that once you start stating that positive thought, right? And you do it constantly, positive thoughts, positive speech, okay? Once you start doing that, right? Once you start doing that, then your subconscious starts working in that way. It starts working towards finding evidence for writing the book, getting it done, finding people to help you. Everything's going to be in alignment, okay? God puts everything in alignment. People say you put it into the universe. I don't know where you put it in a can universe. I don't care where you put it. But God hears you. And he has set up your brain to do this. So he created a brain, so he knows the deal. So you say it, and your subconscious works to find all the clues to get you where you need to get to go. Trust me when I tell you that it works on you. So be careful how you feed your conscious mind so that your subconscious mind can help you to achieve the things that you truly want to achieve. Okay, so you got that? So we're going to move on to number 3. Neglecting your health. This is a real big energy drainer. Why is it a big energy drainer? Because it's all you. So if you are lacking sleep, lacking proper nutrition, and you're lacking regular exercise, then you just hijacked your whole body from even doing anything. So let alone serving other people. You didn't even serve yourself. So if you're doing everything that disserves you, you can't serve anybody else. You've got to try. And even if you're in the process of doing, as long as you're in the process of doing and you're constantly doing, you're being consistent, that's fine. You can still serve. But when you're not doing it at all, right? Then it's harder to serve. You still can serve, but I'm telling you, you're going to get drained because you're going to run out of fuel. I mean, would you want to give somebody something that's overspilling as opposed to like, you try to get a little bit out the cup because, you got to keep stuff for yourself and you ain't got a little bit to yourself, so you can't really share it. So it's better to let them get from the overspill. Okay? Fill up your cup to spilling over and let them get that overspill. Okay? So we've got toxic people in spaces. We've got negative thought patterns. We've got neglecting your health. Those are the 3 energy drainers that I just talked about. Number 4. This one here gets us all the time, especially us women, us moms too. Moms, especially only because we've got this thing. Okay, I'm going to tell you what it is first. So number 4 is not being authentically you. Okay. As a mom, we all know that, if so-and-so is doing, has something going on with their kids and everything seems to be working out perfect, right? So you're like, well, how did she do that? Instead of asking her, you over there talking about something, let me try to do, her daughter's doing this, so my daughter got to be doing this, or her son is doing this, so my son has to be doing this. Everything is in comparison mode because you just want to do things right, okay? So you're guilty of trying to just do everything right because you just want to be a failure as a parent, right? And the same goes for your business. You just watching other people. They look so perfect, right? They go to this perfect world. They're making this money and they're doing such great things and they're impacting lives. But guess what? Wait a minute. If you take the time, all the time that you spent to look at that person, to follow what they're doing, and I mean, some people just hours watching and following. I used to be one of them, but I wasn't doing it because I was envious. I was doing it because I was trying to learn some things. So in that aspect of you trying to learn some things is one thing, but even with that, you got to slow down because you can't ever bring out who you are if you're constantly relying on finding clues for how other people are. Like you just looking for a clue to say, well, yeah, I can do it because they did it. I can't do it because they didn't do it. No, what is it that makes you you? And you need to be true to that. You got to be true to that. Okay? If I can tell you right now, I suffer with anxiety, and that's true. It's a true statement. That's my truth. I'm going to speak my truth to you. And so there are things that I have to do to kind of keep myself managed throughout the day. Okay? Sometimes I have to write a full page of notes just to kind of get myself, ease my mind. That's just my way. Okay? I might have to journal, journal more often than the norm, because I need to flush my thoughts out, flush my thoughts on, put them on paper or whatever I have to do. But that's just the way that I have to do it. I can share it with you, right? And in terms of showing you what worked for me, but there may be some things that don't work for you that work for me. So remember that. So that person that you're trying to compare yourself to, you don't know their journey, okay? And sometimes you're only looking at the best part of their journey, but you don't even know the mess. You don't know what I had to go through to get there. So don't put them where they didn't even ask to be. Like, chill out with that. Like, do you. You're going to be all right. Do you. I know 2 things. People are going to talk about you and the things they love about you, and you're going to have people who are going to talk about you and how they hate you and they don't like you and you doing this wrong, you doing it, all this thing, right? The fact of the matter is they still going to talk. So guess what? You just need to be doing you. So you can remember what you need to do. You help the people that you need to help. You're going to touch those people's lives whom God has already written for you to touch. Okay? So keep doing your thing, girl. All right. So number 5. Not expressing your emotions. This is a big drainer. Why? Because as moms, as women, we like to put things inside. We don't want to carry them out. We kind of just like, I'll deal with this. Or we end up calling up somebody, right? and sort of like feeling like the worst, and they don't make you feel any better if they're a toxic person, right? So we got to be a little more intentional in expressing our emotions and unapologetic. Okay, now that goes the same from when you're being authentically you. But here, in this sense, here, what I mean by not expressing your emotions is that you're keeping things, inside. You're not telling people, not people, but you're not being true to yourself by saying, you know what, I am really feeling this way, and lifting it off of your mind, lifting it off of your heart, so that you can begin to receive good things, better things in your heart and your mind, and then you can be able to serve better, serve yourself better, and serve others better. Okay, so a couple of ways you can do this, expressing your emotions, because emotions bring on stress, they bring on worry, all these things, and you can't be who you need to be because you're all stressed out and jacked up. So what you got to do is you've got to try journaling, try writing, because writing is very therapeutic. I don't care if it's a sticky note. If I show you all the sticky notes I had in my office here, you'll be like, this girl is crazy. I'm going to put the camera down and show you my sticky notes. So in the back of me, you see sticky notes. All on my computer, you see sticky notes. This is just me. That's just me. That's my way. And I do it, and it helps me to flush out, some thoughts, some emotions. I can't get it out. Okay. Also, what could help you as well is engaging in creative activities. So if you like to paint, you like to take walks, you like to go to museums. Some people love museums. I don't, but some people do, and read a book. I don't know, just do something that's not related to what you're trying to do. Because sometimes when we're focused on a project or something, and we're focused on, serving one of our clients with some information we got to come back to them with, and we just take it, we just so into it that we don't give time to move off of it, right? And so now we're feeling some kind of way. Yeah, because you start feeling some kind of way like, oh, I should have never said I was going to do it because I can't do it, and all this kind of stuff. You're feeling all jammed up, right? Go break away, break the monotony, do something different, do something creative. Again, write it down. I'm feeling really messed up right now. Get it out. Also, if those things don't work, because a lot of times, we try those things on our own first, and then they don't work, or we just never do them because we don't feel like they're going to work, right? We just kind of like tell ourselves, like, I can't, it's not working for me. I'm feeling totally overwhelmed. Another point, which I actually didn't write down, but I'm going to also share with you, is that when you're feeling like totally overwhelmed, sometimes it helps to kind of ground yourself. And grounding yourself is like, take your shoes off. It's kind of put them in the ground. If you're outside, it's great. But if you're not, just kind of take your shoes off. Feel the ground. Take them off. If you're at your office chair or whatever, take your shoes off. I'm telling you, and just sink your feet, just kind of like rest your feet and wiggle your toes, then kind of wiggle your hands, kind of roll your neck around, just kind of loosen your body up a little bit, and feel. Then take a moment to listen up for some sounds you might be hearing. Look around the room for some things you can name, some 3 to 5 things you can name. What you see in your space or whatever. Just try to get in touch. Try to center yourself, okay? Because a lot of times that helps. That really helps too, okay? But the real thing is that if you're suppressing your feelings, you really need to get them out. So if you can't really get them out on paper, doing something creative, grounding yourself, talk to somebody. And sometimes you have to talk to a professional because they know the ways that you can really effectively change the way that you're feeling. They have some tools, some effective tools to help you. So you can talk to them, you can call your friend, call somebody just to kind of get it out. Okay, I got a few more seconds left here, and I'm just going to say this. Out of everything I said, remember the 5 energy drainers that hijack you from being your best self, and they're toxic people and spaces, negative thought patterns, neglecting your health, not being your authentic self, and suppressing your emotions. And out of all that I said here, you need to have spiritual connection, because without God, I'm telling you, in your life, you really gonna, all this means nothing. It doesn't mean a hill of beans, okay? You've got to have that spiritual connection so you can stay centered, okay? Gotta go. Peace, loving hijabs. Look to the Boss Moms Coach, bringing you another episode of the Breakfast Chat for Boss Moms. I have to be going now. Have a great day. That sounded so cheesy. You see what happened? I said it like as if I was on some type of kid show. I don't know. But yes, have a great day. I don't know why I even said it like that. Sounds crazy. Have a great day, y'all. Rock out.